Hey guys, it's Savingalifemattered, and I just wanted to make this blog because tomorrow's Christmas and there's a touchy subject called addiction, and a lot of people around the holidays really want to feel good, especially people who are trying to battle addiction. So I'm going to be using these four elements not just to attract the law of attraction or to have a balanced day, but I want to use it to help people to stay in recovery. And with that being said, start your day off spiritually, meditate, pray, use the power of thought, use the power of law of attraction, and don't just go for small things, go for the large things. Always have the big picture in mind. You don't want to focus on just the small things. However, I noticed that if I focused on the little things in my life and I accomplish those first, I can do some of the bigger things. So I'm not telling you to ignore the smaller things. The smaller things are what makes someone great and what makes you become someone who can do bigger things. But I'm asking you to keep your thoughts on a bigger picture and to always have that bigger picture and to try to use something. And I try to use a vision board. I try to use pictures. I try to remind myself during meditation or to use my power of thought and to actually keep positive. And with that being said, that's more of the spiritual side of things and focusing more on the law of attraction. And the second element is going to be mentality. Mentality and mental toughness is what's crucial, especially these days. We have a new modern era of technology where when I was going to high school or when I was in elementary, you couldn't just Google anything. You couldn't just figure out answers on YouTube. You had to open up an encyclopedia and you had to do reading and you had to do certain research that or go to the library. And today we have information that is all it's all available to you and you can learn anything these days. And I do believe that a lot of these colleges are probably overrated. I feel like there's a lot of self-help, especially these YouTube videos, that you can do a lot on your own. You just have to take the energy, you have to find the right link, and you have to learn from it. So mental clarity and the ability to keep learning is obviously the ability to keep living. And if you're not learning, there's a famous quote that says, you're really not living. So mental toughness is 100%, even when it comes to physical, which is one of my favorite elements. The physical side of things is what gets me moving. What's what gets me motivated. When I go to the gym, I really find a side of me where not only while I'm in the gym, it's strengthening my mentality, but it's given me the ability to feel more good about myself, not only on the outside, but if you really look through the mirror, not just at your physical side, take a deep look through your eyes, see your soul, see who you really are. And when you're in the moment, the most important part, that's when you're going to see who you really are. And that's the most important part. So the physical, going to the gym, going for a jog, just going for a walk, even if you're just doing a few push-ups, it motivates you. It gives you extra energy. It gives you an extra push throughout your day. It gives you a raise of serotonin. For me, it's one of the most biggest things in my motivation to do everything in my life. And that is something that I'm going to make more available on my channel. Is I'm going to show you guys more of what I'm eating, more of my nutrition, and I'm going to have somebody actually take my training into the gym and show you guys how I'm improving so quickly and how I how my training works. And I follow someone who I always admired and looked up to, and that's CT Fletcher, Mike Rashid. I use a method called overtraining. Shout out to Mike for the stupid pump. Going into the gym the first 15 minutes and actually feeling like you were there the whole time. You can do that in the first 15 minutes of being in the gym by just using drop sets. And so that's like more the physical side. Now we want to talk more about our emotional. This is a thing that a lot of men, I believe, are really neglecting, because I find women, for some reason, I don't know, maybe this is just my opinion, it's easier for women to show an emotional side. However, we all need to have a certain balance, and without having the ability to communicate with other people and to give people thanks or show gratitude or to even show love or to be able to pick somebody up when they're down, that's a major good quality in somebody, and that's an emotional being. And you know, when you use these elements, it's amazing. It keeps you in the moment. So we got the spiritual, we got the emotional, we got the physical, and we got the mental. And with that being said, you guys, you really want to focus on these things. Having a journal, having a vision board. You know, a lot of people have seen the movie The Secret. It's very exciting. It gets you, for me, it gets me very motivated. Sometimes I take hours just watching YouTube motivational videos to get me moving throughout the day. But doing things like watching motivational videos, watching people that inspire you before you fall into a slump, it really helps me. And that's why I go to YouTube and I watch a lot of, I would watch a lot of Mike Rashid's training. I would watch a lot of bodybuilding motivational videos. I would watch a lot of Law of Attraction. And these things are real, and they remind you about how the present moment is one of the most important elements. And like they say, when you're in the moment, you're your true self, you're your true being. Everything about you is your true self. And when you're in the moment, that's when the universe is connected to you. And some people call it God. That's the inner God within you. You are God. God is you. That is the saying. So peace, love, joy, unity, freedom, all those things and characteristics, the wisdom, the strength, the courage, the hope, those are all things you're going to find in your conscious being in the moment. And we like to live in the past, we like to live in the future, and some people like to do very radical things just to stay in the moment. Some people can just read a book, or some people can just go for a walk or listen to a fan, or some people are good at meditating. Some people have a hard time, and that's why I believe a lot of people do very radical things, or they do things that a lot of people don't understand. But the whole method behind what people do and why they do it, it's to really be in the moment. And when you're in the moment, it's true bliss. There's no pain, there's no ego, there's no remorse, there's no regret, there's no you find humility. They say someone who's humble, you can't humiliate somebody who's humble. So I find that these four elements that I keep preaching and that I keep talking about, you really need to focus on these four elements, especially before the holidays. And you know, people don't want to talk about addiction a lot. They don't want to recognize what's really going on around the communities. And I live in a community where it's very small. It's very There's a lot of money here. It's very nice. It's beautiful. It's perfect to raise a family. It's somewhere where I grew up. However, I spent a lot of my life in regret. I spent a lot of my life doing things that I thought were cool. And I do feel as though with these elements that I keep sharing with you, you can prevent a lot of external outside searching for a feelingness of feeling better or wanting to use, or let's just say get high. But with that being said, my channel, I really want to make mental health awareness more of a prerogative, because it's something that if people, especially in youth, there's so many families, there's so many loved ones, there's so much that a parent would have to worry about, because if there was more mental health awareness, I believe that we could catch addiction at an earlier stage, or we could stop the fact that people would even come up with an addiction, because there would be so much more research, so much more professionalism to be able to catch mental health issues in youth before addiction occurs. So, I'm struggling with either branding myself or trying to make an organization with Savingalifemattered. And I'm making this video because I really wanted to touch up on the fact that I believe there is an answer, and I believe that we can save a lot of the younger generation, people coming out of high school, teenagers, a lot of our loved ones, our sons, our daughters, if we recognize severe depression, if we recognize that they might have suffered from some type of abuse when they were younger, maybe some type of PTSD, or somebody bullied them, that there should be more counseling, there should be more psychiatrists, not only for adults, but most definitely for the youth. And if I can use my voice to try to make mental health awareness more available for the youth, I know without a doubt, and I do believe that it would stop, and it would do a lot of justice to prevent addiction in earlier stages. Not only stop it, but completely throw it out, because we would be able to recognize severe depression, and we would have a psychiatrist or a counselor be able to talk to, and be able to have a teenager open up and be able to have someone to talk to. And I feel like when I was growing up, and even now, there's not enough psychiatric help out there, and there's not enough availability for mental health. And with that being said, do you want your son, do you want your daughter to hold in depression? Do you want, your son, your daughter, or a loved one to be holding in something that's bothering them, and to search outside of themselves to an external source? Because what addiction is, and what it's really about, and what someone really wants, when you find the bigger and truer and the bigger answer of all that, all somebody wants to do is be able to express themselves for the way they are and who they are. And that's what everyone wants. And as a teenager and as a youth, sometimes it's hard for somebody to be able to express themselves, especially if they're struggling with mental health issues. So with my channel, I'm hoping maybe we can change this. We can make more services available for not only adults, but the youth. The youth needs it. Our children, our loved ones, teenagers, they need to have somebody to turn to talk to, before they start drinking, before they start smoking marijuana, which they say is a large gateway. It's all to be able to help somebody. When I was younger, I drank and I smoked because it helped me to be able to get out of myself, to try to be able to express myself. And it took me so long and so many years to figure out that the true answer in that was BS. And if I could show or send out a message or use my voice to get to the youth or to get to a younger crowd, I would definitely teach them or share with my experience that drinking and smoking and using that to express yourself or to get out of yourself or to try to treat your own symptoms of depression or to treat your own symptoms of PTSD or severe bullying, or if you're having issues with your body, or if there's so many different complexes that young people experience that I think that there should be more professionalism over. And if we can provide more services, not only where I live, but across the United States, I feel like we can stop addiction all entirely for a lot of our youth. And they can find a better way to express themselves because they have somebody they can talk to. And with this channel, I'm hoping we can make mental health awareness more real and make it to the point where if we have more professionalism and more psychiatrists out there, especially focusing more on the youth, then we can fix more problems like people who are ashamed of their bodies at a young age, anorexia, there's bullying, you have, it's just the main means of how you express yourself. And people shut down when they feel like they don't know how to express themselves. So they search outside of themselves for that extra good feeling to be able to show other people who they're really not, but they think that's how the answer is. And once they find that at an early age, it's a sad thing. And I do believe that we can put a lot of energy more towards the youth. We can find a lot more professionals to help with teenage mental health issues. And with that being said, I just wanted to make this today because around the holidays, addiction seems to be a big issue for a lot of people with the disease of addiction. And I do believe it's a disease. I do believe it's hereditary. And I just want you guys to use these 4 elements to balance, your day. I want you to focus out early in the morning on what you really want. And remember that searching outside of yourself, it's not going to be the answer. But most definitely, the main message I'm sending out with this video is we can stop a lot of addiction just by recognizing mental health before addiction occurs. So with that being said, I hope you guys are watching. I hope you guys are listening. And I hope you guys can relate to what I'm trying to say because of my experience growing up. If I had probably more of a way to express myself to a professional or somebody who, if I just had someone to look up to or open up to, it would have probably stopped a lot of what I've gone through, which was the disease of addiction. And I also want to make awareness to the fact that there is such a thing called recovered, because there's a lot of people out there that don't believe that addiction can be overcame, and that there's a lot of people that don't believe in people that can be recovered. And I want to change that. I want to change that thought. I want to change that process. And I want to be a prime example and a voice. And I want to use these certain elements. And I want to use what I've been through, my experience, strength, and hope. And I want to use this channel to help promote recovery, help promote mental health awareness, and to most definitely stop mental health issues at an early age, because I think, and I know without a doubt because of my experience, that we can conquer or stop a disease of addiction by just becoming more aware of what a younger person is going through mentally. So with that being said, you guys have a good Christmas. Stay spiritual. It's going to be emotional because hopefully you'll be with your family. It's hard times right now with the pandemic, so there's going to be less giving, I would imagine. So find a way to show more of an emotional side. Find a way to show more of a creative side. You know, if you have an old picture out there, give it to your family. You know, you could always draw up a card. There's other ideas than just to go out and spend money, but just the thought of being with your family alone it's what counts. So you guys, if you're struggling, my email is down below. If you need somebody to talk to, or if you need anybody to pick you up or get you through the holidays, I'm here. It's Savingalifemattered. I'm on .com. I'm at Gmail. My phone number, I believe, is posted below. Please please hit subscribe on my video. I really want to change things for this county. There's other subjects I also want to touch up on, with the fact of what's going on with not only the youth probably, but with adults as well. But there needs to be a higher voice to stop this kind of these issues. And because of what I've gone through, I feel like I can help. I feel like this channel can promote recovery and focus less on the disease itself. And remember those 4 elements and living in the moment. It's the true definition of joy, peace, love, universal connection. And with that being said, that's how you're going to be able to truly express yourself without searching externally outside of yourself for something to feel pleasurable. And that's just a way to express yourself, or to feel comfortable around even your family members sometimes. So you guys, don't give in to the thought. Remember, one is always too many. Live one day at a time. Try to reach out. If you need to talk to somebody, don't be afraid. Everyone is there to help. And the whole definition, the whole meaning of life in general is helping. So you guys, I really want to promote this in a way where we need to recognize what kind of issues our loved ones at a youth and a young age are going through before addiction occurs. Because once the addiction hits, it's so difficult, it's so sad to watch somebody go through, and there's time that is irreplaceable. So if we can catch this at a younger rate, and we can be and have a higher voice, especially for the youth, I feel without a doubt we can stop a lot of the disease of addiction. So with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. Try to live in the moment. Do the corny things. Make a vision board. Make a gratitude list. Write a journal. Those are all things that are going to help you stay in the moment. Try to listen to more YouTube videos. Watch motivational videos. For me, it's physical. It all starts with the physical side, and everything kind of falls in place. So try not to get into a slump, and don't say tomorrow. If you're going to do something, be about it and just do it. Don't procrastinate. That's the most, it's just taking those few steps and then finding the motion. Because if you're uncomfortable, then that means there's something good happening in your life, because there's going to be change most likely. And if you stay in a comfortable spot, most likely you're going to remain with no change. So with that being said, my channel is going to be talking more about promoting mental health awareness and how we can promote recovery and stop recovery at a younger age to save our loved ones, our teenagers, and anybody else, even adults. So we need to get this together. We need to please please subscribe. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and brand myself or turn something into an organization with Saving a Life Mattered. However, I did start a GoFundMe. I was trying to get my LLC, my limited liability license, to be able to do more. And if there's any advice for anybody who wants to comment below or wants to join with my cause, please, I need members, I need teammates, I need people who want or believe in what I'm trying to do. I don't want to bore you, but this is a major issue in the United States. It's a major issue because Florida is one of the number of states that really screwed up a lot of people because of what they allowed with lobbyists and with these big pill mills and with what they're not even capable of fixing even to this day. And my life would be so much more different if the laws weren't so ridiculously stupid and Florida wasn't based off the capita of prisons and there was actually some type of answer other than just a 90-day program at a local jailing facility that only focuses on something that some people don't even believe in. So, I mean, thank God, I think they got it together for the women here. I don't even know if they ever made a program for them, but there's so many different services and we're missing them here. And we need to get it together. We need to figure out what's going on, especially with Medicaid. And we need to get the state of Florida moving. But most importantly, don't forget my message. Stopping the disease of addiction by making mental health awareness in the youth and before it takes over your son or your daughter or your teenager, because that is the bigger picture, because we can do something about it. In my channel, in my voice, I'm going to do everything I can to prevent other, not only teenagers, but other men and women that have issues or have gone through anything like I've gone through. I want to help, and by using my voice and by using and sharing my experience, strength, and hope, I hope that it will prevent a lot of issues with other people, and it will solve some answers and put more solutions out there to get more services to provide to stop the disease of addiction and to make recovery more of a solution. So with that being said, you guys, Saving a Life Mattered. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, live in the moment. Don't forget to do the things I'm telling you to do because they work, they help. And watch these bigger YouTube channels that promote the law of attraction. Watch the motivational videos. They really, really work. So with that being said, you guys, look within. Don't search without. Don't look for other external sources to make you feel good, especially during this holiday. Stay in recovery. Try to balance these elements. It's going to help you with any kind of mental health issues that you do have. And focus on the now. So, you guys, I'm, like I said, comment, like, subscribe. Saving a Life Mattered. Thank you.